Good day everyone. Today I am going to report the phosphorus cycle. So, I am going to discuss the definition of phosphorus cycle and the case steps on it. So, what is phosphorus cycle? So, phosphorus cycle is a biogeochemical cycle that deals with the movement of phosphorus in the form of different compounds through the Earth's various systems like the biosphere, hydrosphere, and lithosphere. So, phosphorus is an important element for all living beings as it's the raw material for the nucleotides as well as fats as a mineral growth. So, phosphorus cycle composed of various chemical, biological, and microbiological processes, all of which occur over a long period of time. The cycle consists of process like weathering that takes 100 of years to complete. So, kining weathering, usa ni siya ka step sa phosphorus cycle. Thus, the phosphorus cycle is considered one of the slowest biogeochemical cycle. Phosphorus cycle is considered closed system with the phosphorus transfer between the biosphere and soil is much larger than the gains and losses across the entire system. So, ang phosphorus naa siya main biological function. Ang phosphorus required sa formation sa nucleotides which ang DNA o ang RNA molecules. Now, let's discuss the formation of the phosphorus cycle. So, the natural reservoir of phosphorus is rocks which contains phosphate, the form of hospital. So, when the weathering takes place, the phosphate is carried by the water and the formation of specific sediments takes place and then the underwater for phosphate reserve. So, next step is about geological uplift formation of new rock. So, geological uplift of a new rock takes place after the sedimentation of phosphate. So the next is starts with weathering of rocks takes place and a minute amounts of this phosphate dissolve in the soil solution and they are absorbed by the plants, and we know that plants are rooted. The plants can easily take the phosphate element and turn to the herbivores and other animals by grazing it, obtain the element. So animals takes place and in turn and the animals obtain the elements from the plant. So the waste product of animals and the dead organism are decomposed by phosphate solubilizing bacteria. So these are the decomposer, which solubilize the dead picking organism or the waste product which result in the release of phosphorus again. And that's all about the phosphorus cycle. Okay, so now let's move on to the 5 case steps of phosphorus cycle, which is the weathering, absorption by plants, absorption by animals, return the environment via decomposition, and last, geological uplift by tectonic movements. So let's define each step. So first, weathering. Phosphorus is found in the rocks in abundance. That's why the phosphorus cycle starts in the earth crust. The phosphate salts are broken down from the rocks. These salts wash away into the ground where they mix in the soil. Next, absorption by plants. The phosphate salts dissolve in water and absorbed by the plants. However, the amount of phosphorus present in the soil is very less. That is why the farmers apply phosphate fertilizer on agricultural land. Third, absorption by animals. So, herbivorous and carnivorous animals, including human, absorb phosphorus when they consume these plants for their food, a process known as assimilation. Beside animals, obtain phosphorus directly from drinking water. So number 4, return the environment via decomposition. So When the plants and animals die, they are decomposed by microorganisms. During this process, the organic form of phosphorus is converted into the inorganic form, which is recycled to soil and water. Soil and water will end up in sediments and rocks, which will again release phosphorus by weathering. Thus, the phosphorus cycle starts over. So last, geological uplift by tectonic movement. So, over long periods, sedimentary rocks containing phosphorus may be moved from the ocean to the land by a process. The phosphorus thus deposited as sediments are ultimately released back into the environment through the process of weathering, thus completing the cycle. That's all, and I hope you will enjoy my presentation. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a nice day, everyone, and thank you for watching.